Hey there, how are you doing? This is a new video. Today we're gonna do some ASMR, but we're gonna do controller sounds specifically. Now, I know I've done controller sounds before, but today is a dedicated video to them, and also, it's another excuse to talk about video games, which I don't need. I don't need. You don't need to ask. Um, let's get into it. I have only about 3 controllers. I have 2 handhelds, and I have a keyboard. Now, the keyboard is still a controller. Come on, it is. And we'll talk about respective games for those consoles. And yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. I also need to get rid of OBS so I don't keep looking at myself. I can't. I find it so hard, because I'm so self-conscious. So I keep looking at myself. Irony, true irony. Let me get rid of OBS here. There we go. Hello there. Nice to meet you. I should probably keep it up when I show the items though. Oh, gosh. The struggle of not having 2 monitors. So, let's start. Let's just get right into it. And enough of me rambling on. This is... Oh, goodness. Let me wrap it up. There we go. This is a very, very cheap $20 HP keyboard. 20 Australian dollar, that is. It's just a cheap membrane keyboard. But the reason that I have it is not for me to play games or anything. But it's because, hold on, there we go. It doesn't matter if it's in frame or not. It's about the sounds. So, the other day, when I say the other day, I mean a couple months ago, for our 8-year anniversary, I bought my fiance a new computer, and she was using like an old one, i7, i5 7400 with a 1050 Ti or something like that, which is fine, but she really wanted to play like things like The Witcher and just a lot of newer games that you can probably play on there, and Witcher 3, that is not Witcher 1, of course. And the reason I have this is because instead of getting rid of the old PC, we put it in the living room. It's kind of like an emulation box, we can still play like PS2, Xbox, GameCube, Wii, Nintendo, 64, DS, Game Boy Advance, NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Saturn, Sega, Genesis, Dreamcast. Just naming consoles now. But yeah, we can PS1, of course. We can just use it as a little emulating computer for the living room TV, which is nice. Because if we want to play games together, older games, it's perfect for it. I don't know. Membrane keyboards, they kind of have something to them, don't they? Let's see what it says on the back. HP Pavilion keyboard. A bunch of Chinese, which I can't read. Or Mandarin, sorry. 100 milliamp hour component. Yeah, just a lot of model numbers and this and that. HP Pavilion keyboard. Made in China. That's a surprise. So, there's these little clips, of course, to raise it. It also has interesting. It has like I don't know if you can see. These are like what's this? Like volume keys, music keys on the side here. switch to second desktop or something like that. Pretty interesting. For such a cheap keyboard. Yeah, I'm gonna be recording a ton of videos in this week and next week, but not uploading them, just spreading them out over the next couple of weeks because I'm gonna go over to Europe finally again, and this time with my fiance, which is so nice, together. Not by myself this time or with my brother-in-law, but actually with my fiance, and she hasn't been back over there. She hasn't left the country in about 4.5 years, so she's really ready to go and get out of here for a while. Gonna be gone for about 6 weeks, 5 weeks, not 6 weeks, 5 weeks. I say 6 weeks because I'm making videos for the next 6 weeks, because next week I'm very busy as well, and obviously packing, lots of appointments, things like that, getting everything ready for the trip, organizing the apartment neatly so that we come back, it's nice and clean and everything. Okay, come on. There'll also be a little bonus item at the end that I forgot to include in the 2-hour tapping compilation. I set out to use it and then I forgot. I didn't see it on the desk when I was going through all the items. Might as well, right? Alright, let's do some more writing. Sorry, writing, I suppose. Actually using the keycaps. I hope that's loud enough, or maybe it's too loud, I don't know. Always worried about that. Control, Shift, Caps Lock, Tab, Tilde, Escape, Windows, Alt, Left Alt, Space. Wait, let me see how fast. That's not very good. Right Alt. That's better. Whatever it is, I don't know. Is that the FN? Is that the F? Is that the FN key? What am I doing holding it up here? That's gotta be the FN key, right? It's gotta be when I'm looking down at mine. That must be the FN key. Surely. I can't see. Yeah. It has to be. Right control. Up. Down. Right. Left. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Unlock. insert home, end, page up, page down, plus, minus, asterisk, enter, pause, break, scroll, lock, print screen, lock, lock button, lock, 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 lock. Oh, you guys don't mind me starting off with the keyboard, but it's the biggest and clunkiest. I kind of wanted to get it out of the way first. What else do we have? You know, I don't even know what the port. I've been using PCs my entire life. I was born in 1998. I got my first PC when I was about 4 years old. I've been using PCs since like 2002. Yeah, so 4. And I don't know what the pause break button means. What else have we got? Okay. FN1. F1. FN something. F1. Formula 1. Formula 2. Formula 3. Max Verstappen. F3, F4, F5, F5, F6, F7, F8, F9, F10, F11, F12. There we go. That was a struggle and a half, wasn't it? C, X, C, V, B, N, M, A, S, D, F, G, H, Y, sorry, J, K, L, Q, W, E, R, T, Y, U, I, O, P. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. Oh, and backspace. There we go. Enter, shift, control, alt, space. There we go. Okay. That was the chaotic mess. That was the keyboard. Ooh. I think also maybe a mechanical keyboard would be a bit too loud for a video like this, but anyway. Let's do a controller. Let's do the probably my least favorite of the ones here. Let's do the oh god, it's still still a bit dusty. Haven't used these in a while. These are PS3 controllers. This is a PS3 controller. DualShock 3. So we got the right bumper one. R1, sorry. Used to using Xbox controllers, to be honest with you. I was a kid who grew up with, I was lucky enough to have a PS2 and a GameCube. I was very, very lucky in that regard. I can't remember how I remember my dad gave me the PS2 when I was really young. But then I can't remember how I got the GameCube. I didn't get it. I didn't gift though. I mean, I must have, obviously, but it's not like I went and bought it myself when I was 6, 7 years old. But I don't know how I got it. I don't know how I got it because I don't remember receiving it as a present. You know, so I don't know. Anyway, like, I remember how I got the N64 because my stepdad, he was the one who, he had 2 of them for some reason. One translucent one and a black one, and he brought both of them in. And that's how I learned to, like, I enjoyed Nintendo games that way. And then afterwards, he might have bought the GameCube. Oh, I think, actually, he's a really big Legend of Zelda fan, and I think that he went and he bought the GameCube for Twilight Princess. No, it can't be because it must be for Wind Waker. It must be for Wind Waker because it can't be Twilight Princess because that came out for the Wii as well. And that was way too late. Like, I already been playing GameCube games for a long time before that. So certainly my least favorite. The three controls I have here. I never used the PS3 when it was relevant. I went from PS2, my main console. I haven't used a console since 2013. I have used a PS4, and I've used a PS3 and why I'll tell you in a moment, but not really as my main. I've always, since 2013, for the last 10 years, I've mained a PC. Like I haven't really sat down and been like, oh, this is my, like I said probably like months ago in the game collection, video game collection, because like, I prefer using, to be fair, I prefer using a PC over a console. That's just how it is, but so much more you can do with it, That doesn't take away from the positives consoles have, of course. It's much more comfy to play a game on your couch, I gotta say. Especially since like I've put the PC there and I'm playing some older games. It's a lot of fun. It makes gaming a lot more fun than sitting at your computer. That is true. But anyway, point is, I only got a PS3 in. I should say, clear. Hold on, I'm gonna have some water. Clear my thoughts. Keep looking at myself. I'm really annoyed with myself for doing that. I'm sorry. There we go. Hello. Okay, we're good. So, the reason that go back, okay. I was a kid who went from a PS2 to an Xbox 360 to a PS4. But by the time I got the PS4, it was like 2015, and I had already just been mostly just gaming on my PC, and that's the way I preferred it, So my PS4 was mostly used. I got it like secondhand as well. I didn't buy a new one. It was mostly used for Blu-rays. We did play a couple of games on it, but honestly, it wasn't like Xbox 360 was my most played console, and as well as the PS2. But I was a lot younger, of course, back then. Still, I have a lot of good memories. But the reason I got the PS3 was because I got the PS3 right when COVID started. I didn't have a computer because my computer that I had been using for 7 years, since 2013, it was time for it to hang up its boots. It wasn't working anymore properly. It had a bunch of problems. I got rid of it. I sold the 1080 Ti in there, that was in there, loose as well, and then I got rid of the rest of the system for parts, here and there. But most of it was no longer good, except the graphics card was still fine because it was newer. I can't even remember what CPU was in there either. I can't remember. It's been that long. Crazy. But the reason I got a PS3 was I didn't have a PC during COVID, and like the first year of COVID, and I only got my PC in October of 2020. So from like the whole first year, the first like 6 to 8 months, it's been 6 months. I didn't have a PC, so I couldn't. If I wanted to play games, I couldn't. I could, but Erica's computer, the one with the 1050 Ti, you can only do so much. I did streaming. I think I did streaming on that PC. No, I didn't, because I only started streaming in 2021. Yeah, that's right. God, okay. So, the reason I got a PS3 I got an SDX at Strathpine Shopping Centre in May of 2020. Shout out if you know where that is. Brisbane Bros. Anyway, yeah, because there's a lot of PS3 exclusives that I really like, or maybe not even exclusives, but games that are stuck on that generation of consoles, like Dante's Inferno, love it. You know, God of War 3, the superior God of War series, the original trilogy. Hell, I prefer the handheld, the PSP versions over the new God of War, but that's just a personal opinion. Stuff like, you know, there's so many games on that generation of consoles. Condemned to Bloodshot. Fantastic. Not as good as the first one, but still very good. Asura's Wrath. Skate 3. Or just the Skate series in general. I'm trying to recall the games that I have on the PS3 that I really like playing. I mean, I showed them off, didn't I? I must have. Or did I forget? No, I wouldn't have forgotten. I would have shown them off in the other video. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Just rambling. So we got X circle. Square. I was like rectangle. No, that's not the same thing. Square. And triangle. Hey, remember, English is not my first language. I gotta translate it all. You know what I'm saying? Everything's still going good on this side. Yep. Okay. Cool. Just checking. Alright. Get rid of my mug on the screen. There we go. Start. Which makes no sounds at all. No, nothing. Select. No, nothing. The PS3. Oh, the PlayStation button, I suppose. The analog pad. Oh, gosh. R1. L1. R2. L2. R3. L3. Oh my god. Oh, for God's sake, that's so frustrating. Hold on, let me do something for you guys. This is really frustrating. I'm debating whether or not to re-record this. Let me see how much of a difference it makes. That's really, really frustrating. I'll make this video longer for you guys because that's annoying. I didn't change my microphone to be stereo. It's set to cardioid. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna leave this 24 minutes in and I'll just put it in the description. I hope it's still okay. I'll change it. I'm gonna mute the mic and then I'll change it to stereo sound. And then hopefully it's a little bit better. Sorry about that, guys. Hello. Oh, that's so much better, for God's sake. I hope that's better. Right. It seems a lot louder, doesn't it? Maybe that's me being silly. Maybe it's fine. Let's just say that. Let's just say it's fine. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with making a mistake like that, except for the fact that there'll probably be people who click off the video because they're like, this guy sounds terrible. This sounds terrible. This is much better. Having the actual. What should we do? Like all around. It's fine. Stereo is fine. Stop fretting. This is the issue. I do this with all my videos way too much. I'm like, oh, worried about this and that. And all the people that are really successful doing these videos or any videos, they make it look effortless. And I find it a lot of times is they have the ability to stop caring so much about it. Let things go. And I find that really difficult. That was the PS3 controller. Let me grab the keyboard real quick. Just say sorry. Because I wanted it to be proper. It's so clunky, man. But I will never, ever even consider a wireless keyboard. Absolutely not. Or a wireless mouse. Come on. Come on. Come on now. Last night, on a whim, I just went and bought a new mouse. I'm actually using my fiance's Razer Death Adder at the moment because my regular mouse, Mad Catz Rat 8, is I've been using. I mean, God, this is my first PC. That's the mouse I've been using. Or a variation of it. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Or a variation of it. And it's over there, but it died. It died. It sadly died. It passed away. No, but it doesn't register clicks. You know, like it has stopped registering every time you click. And you have to press down. Like you're clicking on stuff and it just won't respond. It won't do anything. Or if you're clicking once, it will double click on its own. And it's just so frustrating. Anyway, I've been using it now every day for 4 years, and it's giving up. It's giving up, yeah. It's giving up pretty hard. And I thought, let me just buy a new one. And they're still so expensive new, but fair enough. They're good mice, so whatever. I find them the most comfortable, and I've used them forever. So whatever. All right. How have we already gone for half an hour? We haven't even. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Okay. I know this is not a controller, but I just like the sound, to be honest with you. The phone was certainly one of the best in the the tapping compilation video. Now, let's look at something pretty incredible. The Game Boy Advance SP. Now, I need to look at the camera for God's sake. This is not my original. This is a version. My original. My stepdad bought for me as a present when I was really young. And it was really awesome. It was my first handheld. It was the Pokemon Ruby version. It was this one, but it was red and it had Groudon on it. And it came with Pokemon Ruby. It was absolutely amazing. But then, I think a year or two later, it got stolen on a school trip. Some little bastard, other kid, decided to just steal it, and I never saw it again. When we were on a school trip, and I never found who stole it either, which is really sad, but it is what it is. And then when I came home, my stepdad, he went and he got me this. It was like, oh, but they wouldn't, like, this was secondhand when he got it, because they weren't selling them anymore. I think they were out of stock, because it was already coming up to like Pokemon Emerald at the time, and they weren't selling them anymore. So he got this one secondhand, and I never owned Pokemon Sapphire, so I would just play Leaf Green. Just playing Leaf Green on this was my youth. Leaf Green and Emerald, and then eventually Diamond on the original chunky DS. That was crazy. But this sounds fantastic. I love the Advanced SP is such a good. Obviously, everyone knows, like, you get the real bad cramps because you're holding it like this. You get pretty bad cramps in your hands, but what an aesthetic design. It's so nice. Let's see what it says. Made in China, of course. 2002 Nintendo. And everything else is either in French or German. It says, I think this was purchased in Germany because it has Nürnberg, Bayern, Groß Ostheim. It has a bunch of German on it. And it still works. It still works fine. I still sometimes use it. It's really nice. You got just the A button, the B button, the start, the select, the brightness, the infamous brightness button, and the little keypad, and then these amazing clicky, very, very clicky shoulder buttons. Is that being registered? Yes. Incredible. You've also got a volume slider here, and you got the power button right there. And then at the bottom, you have the game, or the games that multiple games, tons and tons and tons and tons of games came out for this system, and so many bootlegs as well. So, right here, inside, I actually have a bootleg, not bootleg, like, it works fine. Pokemon Advanced Adventure, which is a Pokemon hack. I can't remember who made it, but it's one of dozens, if not hundreds, of different GBA and even DS nowadays. You can get GBA and DS ROM hacks on AliExpress for like $5, $6, $7 each. Fantastic. And they're, make sure you watch out who you're buying from, but obviously, as always, but I have a bunch of those. They're really, really fun. If you don't know what Pokemon hacks are, look up. You should, if you know Pokemon, you know about the Pokemon hacks, man. Come on. They're basically, modded versions of Pokemon that are much, much more interesting because there are a lot of them aren't easy. They're quite difficult. They have a lot more options. They have a lot more freedom. So they provide more of a challenge, Who remembers Dungeon Dice Monsters for the GBA? The Yu-Gi-Oh! Dungeon Dice Monsters game, known as one of the worst Yu-Gi-Oh! Games, I believe, but I always liked it as a kid. It isn't good, but it is. It's a guilty pleasure, Let's see. There we go. With Kyogre on the front. that's it for the Game Boy Advance. What a beauty. What a beaut. What a beaut. Now we'll go to the PlayStation 4 controller with the R2 button, the L2 button, the R1 button, the L1 button, the R3 button, the L3 button, the touch screen, the options button, the share button, they don't really make sounds, the PlayStation button, the cross, the circle, the triangle, and the square, the analog pad, and that's it. Yep, that's it. Now, I gotta say, compared to the PS3 controller, I think it's a much better controller. I think the PS2 controller was much better than the PS1 controller. And then you had a dip with the PS3, in my opinion. And then the PS4 controller was much better. Although, I will say, it has some of the best R1 buttons, I swear. Let's go real fast. So, the PS4. Nowadays, what's worth playing on the PS4? There isn't on a different console. Bloodborne, yeah, obviously. That isn't on a different console. This screen, is it mirrored again? No, it's not. It's not mirrored, okay. It does look mirrored, doesn't it? Okay, it's not mirrored. I'm just an idiot. Anyway, why would it look mirrored? You can't tell. I can tell. You can't tell. Why would it be mirrored? Whatever. Anyway, I changed it last time, remember? It was mirrored last time, and we changed it back to the right way around. And then this time I forget to use the right setting for the microphone. Dumb. Sure you don't want me to. I guess that doesn't make a difference, really. I'm really trying to think of what's worth playing on a PS4 nowadays, but I can't really think of anything, to be honest with you. Like, gosh, yeah, that's not an easy question, to be honest with you. I really can't think of anything except Bloodborne. Because there's also PS3 games, for example. I can think of PS2 games, GameCube games, of course, PS1, lots of consoles, but PS4, I don't think that generation offered anything exclusive except Bloodborne to this point, which will come to PC at some point, even though it's been, 8 years since it released. Ridiculous. Time goes so quickly. Hell, I can think of more games stuck on the PS Vita than that are stuck on the PS4, so. Anyway, that's enough of the PS4 controller. Oh, let me have some more water, if you don't mind. Thank you. Well, it's been so it's been so sunny in the past couple of weeks, especially the last 2 weeks. It's been real sunny. You can really tell that the summer has started, or spring. But today it's been grey and a bit dirty looking outside. Real grimy weather. Real UK weather. Real Netherlands weather. Very, very cloudy and dark outside. I know it looks like it's sunny, but that's not the sun. I'm just in a darker room. That's the outside world out there. It's 5:22 in the afternoon, and my God, is it busy out there? The big roads are full of cars. I'm very happy that I'm not out there. I'm very, very happy I'm not out there right now. I am very happy I'm not out there. I think I might put that light on. Maybe a bit better. Maybe a little bit. Not really. I can't tell. Anyway, enough silliness and rambling. You can tell I'm really out of it. Okay. So many things to think about. Anyway, I'm here to provide you, hopefully, with a relaxing time. So, we have one more controller, and we have one more. What's it called? We have one more. Handheld. We'll leave the handheld to last. We'll do another controller. This is my Xbox One controller. Even though I've never owned an Xbox One. I shouldn't say that. I did for a couple of days. But I disliked it so much that I sold it to a friend straight away. I got it for my birthday. In 2014. And I really immediately realized I made the wrong decision there. So, I bought it for myself for my birthday. I didn't get it as a gift, obviously. I wouldn't have been so, against it. But I immediately realized I made a mistake because I'd been using the Xbox 360 for years before that. I realized I should have just invested more in my PC, which I did the year after, where I bought the 950 Ti, and 980 Ti, sorry. I think the Xbox One controller is one of the best controllers, period. It is so comfortable, and if you have really little hands, it probably isn't that good, but if you have normal human hands, it is pretty fine, it's pretty good. It's so comfortable. Those triggers are so comfortable. And this controller in particular has seen very, very heavy use over the years. Very heavy use. Pretty much any game that I play on an emulator, or just a PC game that can use a controller, I will use this controller. No, that can use, I wouldn't play Skyrim with the controller, but if I don't want to use my steering wheel, I'll use this controller, for driving games, or for obviously fighting games, is so good. The triggers are really good. The bumpers are fantastic. The Xbox button. I just like the way it looks. It has a sleek design. It feels good to use. They're not analog, you know, like look at this, right? PS4. Analog. Xbox. Micro switches. You sold me. The point is, I don't like Xbox One at all, but I love the controller. And I don't like, I don't have a PS5 or an Xbox Series X. That's why you're not seeing any of those controllers. They're wildly expensive, and I just, you know, this does the job just fine. AXBY. Start, select. Right trigger, left trigger, 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 right trigger. Stumbling over my words now. Right, left, right, left. Left, right, XBAY. Okay. So I also can't really talk about, oh, I really like this Xbox One game, I really like this one. Because I mean, I didn't play any games on the Xbox One. So I wouldn't know. But yeah. Let's go and grab our last item. This right here is a very destroyed but very, very good little speed link case for a Nintendo 3DS. And as much as I love the Game Boy Advance or the PS Vita, which was another handheld I was actually going to use, and I don't know what it is. I should have grabbed it as well. Oh, we could have done tapping on the screen. It's fine. It's fine. I think the 3DS takes the crown for best handheld, and I saw today that sadly they are gonna shut down the online services for both the Wii U and the 3DS just today. But I mean, I haven't been using those or anything. But you know, if you have been, that sucks. I'm sorry. So let's take it out. Here's my 3DS that I've had. Oh, this is the best. I've had for quite a long time. Does it say when it was? I mean, it says copyright 2011. That's certainly not when that's when they got the patent. That's certainly not when I bought this one. So I had the Game Boy Advance. And then after my little sister was born, 2005, I think, I got like the original, the fat grey chunky DS, real like early. I had that for a really long time. I still have it back home, and it's not broken or anything, it probably is like dead. It probably needs like a new battery or whatever. But if it hasn't eroded into like a massive corrosion or whatever, I really really liked it. And then one day I got as a gift from a family member, I got a DS Lite. Not a DSi. I never had a DSi. My little sister, she was old enough at that point to have a DSi. Pink one, I remember. It's really shit. It's really bad. Like the camera and shit. I mean, it's pretty bad. Yeah, I had a DS Lite, and it was like this color. It was lime green, and I had that for years. I remember. I had that for years. I still have it, but it's completely destroyed because one day, so I went to a school, which was pretty cool. But my friends and I, we would bring our DSs to school, and what we would do is we would play whatever Pokemon, Inazuma 11, whatever we were playing, and we would put our DSs like on the desk like this, just sit them down, and just be like, oh, like we're not, like it's just. And like you'd make up excuses or play under the desk or whatever, and you'd always, like, we were very lucky, but we always got away with it. Like we had real good, like, or not, maybe not good, but we had teachers that were all like real cool with that sort of stuff. They didn't care. To be like, oh, they're nice about it. Anyway, point is, I know that sounds real weird to some people, but yeah, it was fine. Anyway, point is, what happened was one day it was a lunch break, and our school was situated right next to a supermarket, and we would always go into the supermarket and buy drinks and snacks and whatever during lunchtime. Because it's not like America or Australia where like you can't leave the premises of the school and stuff. No, it's not like that. So we would go into the supermarket and buy food and drinks and snacks and whatnot at lunch. And one day, I had my DS Lite inside of my backpack. And I went, and it wasn't in a case or anything, it was just sitting in my backpack, like it always was. That's why I have this case for the 3DS, but I had dropped a bottle of iced tea that was open, a bottle of Lipton iced tea that was open inside my backpack. And everything inside my backpack was ruined, but especially the DS. It had been flooded completely with water and it wouldn't turn on anymore. Like, even after drying it and cleaning it out and everything, it was done. It was finished. It was fried. Which was a shame. The game still worked fine, thankfully. Pretty interesting. Let me actually see what's in here. This has Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D in it. You can see right there. There we go. Very nice. Let me put that back. Such a good device. I mean, I absolutely, really, really, really like this device. So what do we have here? We have an SD card slot over here, which is actually good. This has a 4 GB SDHC Toshiba memory card in it. Now I can't remember if that's the actual memory of the DS or if the memory is internal, and that's just an SD card slot. If that is the DS memory, it makes sense. If it's not, I have no idea where that SD card came from, or what's on it. So that's interesting. Obviously the stylus, the famous stylus. I've had this for years and I've never lost it, thankfully. a console. It had such good games on it, such a variety. Yes, it didn't have what the DS Lite had, where you could use the Game Boy Advance games, right? That sucks, but you could still use the original DS games. So, to me, I think the 3DS was really, really it was so good. Like, imagine having like a ton of DS games and then just going, like anyone who had the DSi, I feel was, ripped off, especially with the 3DS just around the corner. And for the record, I've never used the 3D on this, obviously not. It makes you sick, But and look at, it's huge. Hello there. Hi. Silly. I love the little analog. Not analog. I guess it's an analog stick, right? The little analog stick, and then you got the little keypad. BAYX. Also very nice feeling keys. We got the power button down here. Not a very nice power button, I gotta say. The little one. It's not like a nice switch, but I guess they did that in case you accidentally flick the switch, it turns off. It's annoying. We've got Wi-Fi, a Wi-Fi connector here, which is very cool, very interesting. We've got the volume. We've got a headphone jack in the bottom. What else? SD card slot. Where's the yes, right. And then we have the I think that's an infrared port, bizarrely. And then we have the 4.6 volt power connector, or power cable there. Power input. Very, very nice buttons. The sound of the screen is just immaculate. That sounds a little bit worse. Not, it still sounds very good, but the sound of the touchscreen is just, it's amazing. And like I said, I have to go and grab it over here. Like I said, there we go. I wanted to end the video with a different item. Not because I particularly wanted to, but because I forgot to use it in the tapping compilation, the tapping collection, 2-hour tapping video, which is just, I'm sorry, which is literally just this whiteboard. Right? It's just a little whiteboard, little whiteboard. But it's very, very, very nice for tapping. And I thought, what a missed opportunity that was for the last video. This is just very nice sound. Very, very relaxing sound. I hope you guys don't mind the fact that the first 20-25 minutes the sound wasn't in stereo. It's very frustrating. But Saturday, and it will be a big one. Very exciting video that we've been working hard on. So, thank you very much for watching. Thank you. I will see you in the next video, and let me know what you'd like to see next. Let me know what you wanted me to, what you would have liked to see me do differently, for example. Give me advice, you know, if you have any advice, if you have any thoughts you'd like to share, please do. Please, it helps out so much. You don't understand. It helps out tremendously. So, thank you. Sorry for the audio issues in the beginning. I hope this still sounds okay, and I hope you enjoyed. I hope you are relaxed, and thank you again. And I'll see